and that's what the calculations came out to. And you're also being charged with impersonating a police officer, because we have you on an audio line.
But I never said I was a police officer.
Well, you did on audio. You said you corrected her. She said Palm Beach.
On February 3rd, 2025, a woman entered a Publix supermarket in Lake Worth, Palm Beach County, Florida, and attempted to leave with approximately $1,300 in unpaid merchandise. She had concealed items on a store aisle and bypassed all points of sale. When confronted, she claimed to be a Broward County Sheriff deputy and provided a badge number to a 911 dispatcher on a recorded line. Over a month later, Palm Beach County detectives tracked her down and made the arrest.
She's leaving.
Okay, but what happened?
She has all kinds of stuff. Come here, I can show you what she's got.
1.42 subjects left the area and up to you.
This part. And this, which she hid on aisle 11 behind the Hallmark rack. And then she tried to walk out with all of these bags of stuff in the bags that she took off the bag.
Okay, and she didn't pay for none of the stuff?
No, we got it all back. So my store manager's on this side.
She said she was a Broward County officer.
Yeah, 26. She left going westbound, probably north on Hodges.
I gave it to her. It looked like it was a temporary tag. I don't remember what I said, but DPR 1 Dog Peter 13144. It looked like.
And
Yeah,
she
it's a
made it right.
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Yeah, but she could be going.
Okay, there's a couple other units, but that neighborhood's kind of like it goes to a dead end, and you have to live in that neighborhood, or you have to cut through and know how to get out of there.
She says she's a Broward County Sheriff's officer.
Okay.
Well, she had those pink bags right there. She had hidden one of those behind the Hallmark rack on aisle 11.
Okay.
And then when we saw her, she was on aisle 9 loading up all of these kind of bags
Okay.
of stuff. Then she came through the registers with this and wanted to know why everybody was asking her if she needed help. And then she's like, well, I'm just going to leave this. But then she went back and got all the stuff she had already bagged up and came to register 1 and was heading towards the door. So I told her she couldn't leave with the stuff. She goes, I haven't left the store yet. I said, you don't have to leave the store. You passed all points of payment. And then she started arguing that she was a Broward County Sheriff's Office and we were embarrassing ourselves and blah, blah, blah. And then she started walking out the door with all the stuff.
That video and all that too.
Yeah, they're probably in there. If you want to go in there, I can show you where it is.
I'm here at Publix at 7745 Lake Worth Road. Reference a shoplifting in progress. With me today is the store manager. Okay, explain to me what happened today.
There was a black female loading up grocery carts, several bags of groceries. When we approached her to ask her if she needed assistance, she copped an attitude, which sent up a red flag for us. We kept our eye on her. She stashed a large bag of HBC items on the HBC aisle. Then she passed all points of sale with two large grocery carts full of product. When we asked her to stop and not leave with the product, she started arguing with us, telling us she hasn't even left the store yet. And we told her, well, you passed all points of sale, so we're asking you, are you intending to purchase these items? She continued to try to walk out the door with 3 full reusable bags full of products that she was insisting she came in with, but that is not true because on CCTV she is seen coming into the store with nothing. So we took the bags from the cart and she exited the store, then we called 911.
And what was the total amount of groceries taken?
Over $1,300.
Okay. And did you see this person leave or flee in a car or anything?
She did. She was arguing with us as she was exiting the building, insisting she was a Broward County officer.
Did she display any badges or anything?
She did not display any badges. She did give the 911 operator a badge number. I don't know if it was hers, but she did recite a badge number to the officer on the phone. And then she got into a blue Mercedes and sped away west from the plaza. So fast I could not read her temporary tag on the blue Mercedes.
Okay, that will conclude the statement. It is February 3rd at 10:18 hours.
It's probably signal 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I drove.
Because when I came here, they're like, "Oh, there she goes." I'm like, "Well, what do we have?" You know. So I went. Oh, there.
Right there.
Yeah, there.
I drove
Let
northbound
me go to a
through
different
the whole
camera.
apartments and everything. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I went.
I think she
I
ducked one of the side
I
streets.
no. She probably
She
went
is
through
right
the
there.
alleyway.
Oh, in the
I went
back.
around. Yeah. Okay, that's the Mercedes. Exactly. I put it in the call.
In the handicap spot.
Well, she
Yeah. She was in the handicap
So
spot.
hopefully we can get the tag.
You think these are the regulars that hit you?
I've never seen her before.
No, never.
She had so much bling.
How about of her?
Okay, I can certainly
Of
do
the
that.
story. That way, at least we can put that into evidence, and that way, our detectives, when they look at it, if she has other cases, they can always say, "Oh yeah, I just had a case," you know, with the bolos and stuff.
So my understanding is that she did not leave the store with the stuff?
She passed all points of
Passed all
sale.
points of
Yeah,
sale.
to the front.
Is that your guys' policy?
Yes.
Pass
she-
points of sale?
Yes, then we can ask.
Okay.
And then she tried to push through me. She had 3 other bags full of meats and everything.
Uh-huh.
And she said she came in with it. I said, you did not come in with it. You came in with absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She said, don't get in my way, don't get in my way. And my staff took the bags out of the cart.
Mm-hmm,
And she left empty-handed. Well, I think she had Tylenols and stuff in her purse. But
Okay.
I didn't ask
Hey,
to look in her purse.
That's like Lantana public stuff.
Well,
I'll
how
show
did
you
you walk
what she
out?
looks
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a plan. She had the pink bag stuffed with all the HBC items hidden behind the hallmark. That's her right there. Hidden behind the Hallmark rack. You'll see her because she has on a lot of jewelry. Jewelry on her necklace, jewelry on both anklets, jewelry on her wrists,
We could
a big giant
We could just
cross.
stay there and send her the thing.
Don't look familiar.
She says she's a Broward County Sheriff's Officer. But this is where she's like trying to push, and she's just saying, take your stuff and go, take your stuff and go. And she's like, don't push through me, don't push through me. And they ended up just taking her bags out.
So what do you want me to do?
Just take a statement from her, and then if she's able to upload it, because I know usually they
She
have
says,
trouble
you're
with cameras,
embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing yourself.
and then I'll give.
She's trying to leave with all that stuff that she did not pay
Didn't pay
for.
for it.
She just wants to argue. She knew this whole thing. I took a picture of it. And I just grabbed it and put it on the register in case she's like, where's my bag that I left on aisle 11? If she was going to pay for it, great. Oh, I just found it on the aisle. I wasn't sure whose it was.
So you didn't charge her with that stuff? Just
Yeah.
when she tried to walk out of it?
No, she was going to take all of it. That was all HBC items. Then she had this whole grocery cart loaded up. All that was in the bag she was trying to leave with. That's saying she already paid for it. My cashier's like, she came in with absolutely nothing. She took the Hallmark bags and loaded them up.
Did they ever reach out to you about the gift card stuff we worked on?
Didn't heard a word.
Didn't hear anything? Okay.
Christmas time was a nightmare. We had so many cards returned, trying to get refunds because they were all scratched off and tampered with.
You didn't talk to the detectives about it, or you guys just been giving the money back, or how'd you guys handle it?
Well, we go through corporate, we do a research tracer. One lady said $800 out of state from UPS or FedEx, didn't insure the box, and all the cards were used. So that's on her and FedEx or UPS. So we managed to get all the information for her because she purchased them here. So through our corporate office, we got the entire card number. So then she has to go through Visa, figure out where they were spent, when they were used, and file a report
Okay.
herself.
So more likely Visa will probably handle it.
Yeah.
Probably give her money back.
Yeah.
So. How's it going, bud?
Good. How are you?
Good?
Good.
What's up?
How much? You didn't go chase her with your knife?
She got upset that we were all approaching her, offering her
Yes.
premier service.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you, if we could go back 30 years ago like we used
Yeah,
to,
when we used to follow and beat their ass ourselves.
I was gonna say,
God.
you would have.
we would have took her in the back and I could have put her through the meat grinder, you know.
Be careful, man. You're getting up there now. 30 years of service.
I got 44.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Thank you.
I'm out of here, bud. Mike, need anything?
Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Appreciate you. Love Publix. Appreciate you folks, guys, man.
The next day, police returned to Publix to take an official statement from the manager. At that point, the case was no longer just a simple shoplifting call inside the store. From the surveillance footage, to the items placed inside the bags, to the account of how the woman passed the checkout area, each detail began to show why the incident was quickly treated as more serious than it first appeared.
So I responded yesterday. I interviewed you quick just to get some fact-finding information. Today we're doing the sworn statement. Again, if you just give a brief statement of what happened yesterday.
Okay, so there was a black female, about 40 years old, who we were alerted by one of my staff that she was placing a lot of products into reusable bags, and she stashed a giant bag of product on the HBC aisle.
So again, staff members saw other Publix employees seen her selecting items off the shelf and placing them in her own.
She took 2 large bags off of the shelf, Hallmark bags, and began to fill them to the top with HBC items. And
again, for the record, what is HBC?
Health and beauty
supplies.
Health and beauty.
Like kind of like shampoos. Correct. And stuff like that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, and then she stashed it and hid it kind of behind a Hallmark rolling rack.
So she concealed the items that she was going to take behind a
rack. Correct. And then she proceeded to continue shopping. She had a grocery cart, and she filled the grocery cart with bakery items, frozen food items. Then she went to the detergent aisle and filled the cart with a lot of cleaning products, kitchen towels, candles, mops, brooms. And then she was seen by our staff on that aisle loading the cart, and also with 3 reusable bags that she took and were stuffing products in the reusable bags on the detergent aisle, which we looked on CCTV and did in fact see her stuffing items in a reusable bag. That's when I approached her on the aisle and asked her if she needed help. I offered to ring up the whole cart of groceries she had to get her started. Because I said, I see you have a second grocery cart you're beginning to fill. Would you like me to start ringing up your first grocery cart? She asked me why I approached her, told me she was a Palm Beach County Sheriff's Officer and she wants to be treated.
Was it Broward County?
Excuse me, Broward County Sheriff's Officer. She said.
And when she said that,
she asked me to
did she display any badge or give any ID number or anything that would verify that she would be a law enforcement officer?
She did not. She just was upset that I was confronting her and asking her. She said for me to treat her like I treated everybody else. I said, ma'am, I'm asking you if you need assistance. I'm trying to provide premier service to you. And she copped an attitude because I asked her if I could help her. She continued to load a cart and load the second cart. She pushed the first cart up front. As she brought the second cart forward, she was passing all points of sale.
Did she go through like where the clerk is or to self checkout?
She went through an empty register, passing points of sale.
Okay, where nobody was working at
Correct. That time. And she was, and myself and my customer service managers were standing on the front end, and she was trying to push past us.
To exit the store?
With product. And she insisted that she brought the product in and it was hers. But on CCTV, she brought nothing in with her. So
you guys saw her loading up items into the cart, into these bags. She went through an empty, where you pay a register with no clerk there.
Passed all points of sale and attempted to exit the store with product.
Okay. And so at that time you called the sheriff's office?
I did. I called 911 because she had $1,300 worth of product that she was attempting to exit with. So while I'm on the phone with the 911 operator, she was rattling off her badge number to the 911 operator, and the operator heard her. And I described her clothing. I described the car to the 911 operator.
And what kind of car did she leave in?
She had a blue small Mercedes with temporary tags, and she was wearing all black. She had a lot of gold jewelry on, like 3 or 4 big, thick gold necklaces, looked like 5 or 6 anklets on each ankle. I believe she had gold jewelry on her hands and wrist. She had a Louis Vuitton fanny pack and quite a large Louis Vuitton purse.
Okay. And does Publix want to press charges?
Yes.
Okay. Would you be able to identify her if you've seen her in a lineup, possibly?
Possibly.
Okay. And you gave us the description as a blue Mercedes?
Correct.
Was it 2-door or 4-door?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at CCTV to make sure. It is clear on CCTV.
Yeah. But again, you said it had temporary tags?
Correct.
Okay. And the total amount taken, you stated was...
Well, she shopped $1,300 worth of product. She was trying to exit with the perishables when we stopped her. I'd have to get the total for you for the actual item she was trying to push through us to get out the door.
Okay, was 1,300 more or less?
That was what she completely gathered.
Okay.
She tried to just exit with the perishables. When she saw we were on the front end, she tried to push through us with the perishable items.
Okay, and it is now 10:18. This will conclude this sworn statement.
After more than a month of investigation, Palm Beach County detectives tracked down the woman connected to the Publix incident. With surveillance footage, witness statements, and the 911 call, the case was no longer just about suspected shoplifting. It also centered on an allegation that she had impersonated the very sheriff's office investigators were working to verify.
The first charge is attempted grand theft under Florida statute, section 812.014, subsection 2C1. That statute defines grand theft in the third degree as the taking of property valued at $750 or more, but under $20,000. It is a felony of the third degree, carrying up to 5 years imprisonment. The subject never physically exited the store with merchandise. Under Florida law, the crime is complete the moment a person passes. All points of sale with intent to deprive exit is not required. Store surveillance confirms she entered with nothing and loaded store bags herself. That footage removes any viable claim of right and establishes intent. The second charge is false impersonation of a law enforcement officer. Under Florida statute, section 843.08, the statute criminalizes falsely assuming the character of a law enforcement officer and performing any act in that assumed character, also a third-degree felony. Critical point, the statute does not require display of a physical badge. An oral identification combined with an accompanying act satisfies the element. Here, the subject verbally identified herself and recited a badge number to an active 911 dispatchera government communications officer. That recording, combined with 3 eyewitness accounts, forms a strong evidentiary record. Before questioning, Detective Rajo read a complete Miranda advisement. Under Miranda v. Arizona, 384 U.S. Close, 436. 1966. Any person in custody must be warned prior to interrogation. The subject acknowledged her rights and then chose to speak voluntarily. Any admission made after a valid Miranda waiver carries full evidentiary weight. On the recording, she acknowledged the audio existed and said, quote, "That is who I am," directly referencing the badge number she had provided. The arrest itself rested on an outstanding Palm Beach County warrant. Under United States v. Watson, 423 U.S. 411. 1976. A valid arrest warrant provides the constitutional authority to detain. No independent probable cause analysis is required at the point of service. The warrant was served across county lines by a Palm Beach County detective, which is lawful under Florida's cross-jurisdictional warrant authority. Florida statute, section 812.015 governs retail theft detention. A merchant may detain a person in a reasonable manner for a reasonable time when they have probable cause to believe retail theft is occurring. The store manager did not physically restrain the subject. She blocked exit, removed items from the cart, and called law enforcement. That is textbook compliance.
Yep. All right. Hey, Yasmin, how you doing? I'm a detective with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. One of the reasons we're here is to speak to you about an incident that occurred on February 3rd of this year. Before I talk to you, I have to read you your rights because I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'm just trying to get some clarification on something that happened down in Palm Beach County.
Palm Beach?
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You understand I'm a law enforcement officer from Palm Beach County, though?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read you something, and then after that, I can give you some more information, and you can decide whether or not you want to talk to me. You understand that? I'm Detective Araujo with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. I'm required to warn you before you make any statement you have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You have the right to the presence or representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you're entitled to the presence of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement during any questioning. If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you're privileged to remain silent. I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement that's supposed to be of your own free will, and any statement can and will be used against you in a court of law. You understand that? Okay. Do you want to know why I'm here? Okay. February 3rd of this year, around 9:45 in the morning, you were at a Publix on Lake Worth Road in that Mercedes-Benz, and you had an altercation with a female manager about some groceries. I guess she was following you around the store. You told her to leave you alone, and she continued to follow you. It appeared that you seen that she was harassing you. Do you recall that incident?
Yeah, but I left the store. I mean, she said that she something. I don't know. When I said okay, whatever, and I left.
No, I know you left. I got you on video leaving the store. More importantly is when you made contact with her the first time, did you ever identify yourself as a Broward or a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy?
As a deputy?
Or a police officer?
Yeah.
Or a detective?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm nowhere near none of that.
Okay. Because the second time she made contact with you, she was on the phone with the 911 operator. And
She said, I'm going to call them. I said, they're right there outside.
She was on the phone.
Yeah,
she was on the phone with the operator.
They're right there outside.
And what I want to say is when she was on the phone with them, she said, yeah, and she's identified herself as the Palm Beach County Sheriff's detective.
I didn't even know I was in Palm Beach. So
And
that's
then,
not
and
necessarily true.
then your voice is in the background clarifying that no, it was Broward, and then you provided your identification number. You provided an ID number. You don't remember doing that? No. What were your intentions when you were
My
there?
intentions were for her to leave me alone because I felt like she was harassing me.
Okay.
But to even say something along the lines of, I think that I'm someone else other than who I am now.
Okay. Now, when you were grocery shopping there, why did you pass all points of sale with the grocery carts?
Just in the midst of trying to get something that I didn't need, but I didn't take anything.
No, you abandoned everything at the front door.
Yeah, I left everything, and the reason why I decided to do that is because I wanted to get back home to my children.
Okay.
I was in the midst of still going through my chemo, and I'm still going through now. I was getting dressed to go to now.
Okay.
And I can no longer go.
So you don't recall identifying yourself as a Broward
no,
County Sheriff's deputy?
That part.
Do you remember providing an identification number?
I don't.
Because in the 911 recording, you said no, I'm a Broward. No, but you're specifically saying that's who I am, and you identified yourself with an ID number.
No, I don't even know how ID number goes. How many numbers in it.
Okay. All right. So at this point in time, just so you know, you're being arrested for a Palm Beach County warrant for attempted grand theft. Okay, there was over $1,600 worth of groceries in those carts that you tried to walk out with.
1,600.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Okay. Well, and that's what the calculations came out to. And you're also being charged with impersonating a police officer because we have you on an audio line.
But I never said I was a police officer.
Well, you did on audio. You said you corrected her. She said Palm Beach, and you said no, Broward. And then you provided an ID number, and you said that's who I am.
And I said that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have all this on camera.
I've got more. I've got it on audio recording and 3 witnesses that said the same thing. So, yep. I'm sorry for your illness. I hope you get better, but you still, unfortunately, you have to go to jail. Miramar Police Department's going to take you to the county jail, book you in. Right now, you have no bond, but a judge can reset a bond here in Broward and bond you out. But for now, it's a no bond warrant until you prove who you are and you prove residency and the fact that you're not a flight risk.
Flight risk for what?
I mean, I don't know how they do it here in Broward. In Palm Beach County, you'd have to prove that you're not a flight risk and a valid address, and they'd probably let you go with a bond.
And then how do I get to Palm Beach County?
Well, if you post a bond here, you'll get a court date. If you don't post a bond here, then our fugitive unit will pick you up within the next 10 days and take you to Palm Beach.
So what do I do about being sick or anything?
Well, no, you'll let them know about your ailments. I mean,
Detective Rajo receives an A-. His investigation was patient and methodical. Miranda was read verbatim. The interview was non-coercive, presenting documented evidence and allowing free response. Minor deduction for inconsistent merchandise value figures across the footage. The Publix store manager receives a B+. She followed Florida merchant detention law precisely observed, documented, called 911, gave sworn statements, and preserved all surveillance footage. Deduction for allowing the subject to leave before officers arrived. Though that decision was the safest and most legally defensible course, the subject receives a D. 2 independent third-degree felony charges arise directly from her own conduct. The CCTV record, the 911 audio, and her post-Miranda admission create a compounding evidentiary problem that her denial cannot overcome. The legal takeaway from this case is straightforward. Invoking a law enforcement identity to avoid civil accountability converts a misdemeanor shoplifting exposure into 2 felony charges. 911 calls are recorded. Surveillance footage is preserved. Warrants cross county lines. Evidence does not disappear when a suspect does. Let us know if there is a legal topic or interaction you would like analyzed in the comments below. Thank you for watching. All charges are allegations, unless proven in a court of law.